In this video, I'm going to outline the 5 types of homes that I would absolutely stay away from, especially if you want to avoid financial surprises, avoid buyer's remorse, and avoid living with regret. My name is Justin Lopatin. I've been a mortgage lender for 18 years, and my team and I have helped over 5,000 buyers purchase and invest in real estate. I know you might be in the market right now, and you might have even found the one.
Yep, it's my dream house.
Please watch this video to avoid making a mistake I've seen hundreds of other people make over the years. So the first home I would recommend avoiding is a home that was built over 100 years old. Now, before I tell you why, and believe me, I love a good, charming, beautiful old bungalow as well. Despite that charm, homes built 100 years ago were designed differently. The functionality of them, the sizes of the rooms, the narrow staircases, the tiny little closets. Most people today have way too much stuff, and there's never enough space for storage inside these homes. And that's just the aesthetics and how it impacts or impedes on your functional livability. But the real issue I see with these homes is the unseen stuff you find when you start to peel back the walls, lift up the carpets, remove the wallpaper, and climb into that little creepy crawl space or attic that I have no idea why it's so small and what its function is for. So some of the common issues we've seen here are really outdated plumbing, specifically with lead pipes. That's a major health concern. Another thing is asbestos and mold. You have no idea what's been brewing and growing and developing over the last 100 years, weathering storms and all type of different weather patterns. There's a lot that you can't see with a home inspection, and there's a lot that you don't know until you really start to take the home apart and do some renovation. All I'm saying is I want you to avoid a potential nightmare and a money pit once you start that renovation. The last thing you want to do is get into a property, you take it apart, you start doing a demo, and you find out there's another $100,000 of repairs that you didn't budget for. So the next home I would really avoid is a home that's actually in a flood zone. Now, the weather has been crazy over the last 10 years. The amount of storms, tornadoes, hurricanes, rain, it's crazy. It's very unpredictable. And aside from some of the obvious things like wear and tear, mold, and undisclosed issues that sometimes get missed during an inspection, my biggest concern here is insurance. Insurance rates in 2024 have hit an all-time high, and if you're in an area that's exposed to more weather, natural disasters, your insurance bill is going to be through the roof, literally. A house in a flood zone could cost you an additional $5,000 a year in just insurance, and that's on the low end. So let's do us all a favor. Let's try and avoid homes in a flood zone. Now, the third property I would recommend staying away from is a home that has a really, really high HOA fee. Now, HOA stands for a homeowner association, and those are tied to typically townhomes, but mostly condos. And don't get me wrong, I love a good condo, but here's what I've noticed lately. Some of these monthly HOA fees are outrageous. Now, I get the convenience of having a gym, I get the convenience of having a doorman and like a pool and some of those nice amenities. Here's the issue I've been seeing as a mortgage lender who talks to buyers every single day. If the HOAs in the building are really high now, they're only going to go up. Big buildings typically have more repairs, more elevator issues, and more things and maintenance that needs to be paid for by you, the owner. But the second thing that's alarming is, I talk to a ton of buyers every single month, and one of the biggest concerns they have about condos is the HOA. If the HOA fee is over a certain amount, they immediately cross that property off the list. So when you want to go and sell your home in 3, 5, 7 years, whenever you're done, you have way smaller buyer pool to access because a lot of buyers right now are very hesitant to purchase in a building that has very, very high HOA fees. Okay, so we're down to the last 2. Coming in at number 4 of a property I would avoid buying are homes that are flipped by companies and LLCs. Now, here's why. Listen, businesses are out to make a profit. When I see the seller of a home as an LLC or a company, what I initially think is there's a couple people that pool some money together, and all they want to do is get in and get out with the least amount of work and the highest amount of profit. To me, that's a red flag. So here are some of the red flags that you need to be aware of, not only you, but your realtor and your home inspector. The first is sometimes these businesses are using very low budget contractors. Those contractors are not performing the highest quality of work, and they might be cutting corners to turn a profit. The second issue I've seen is very low quality finishes. I'm talking things like doors, doorknobs, tile, flooring. Over time, what starts to happen is we see wear and tear in year 2 and 3 on things that should last 7 to 10 years. You don't want to buy a new property and have to start fixing and repairing things before year 5. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking high caliber real estate investors, builders, and people that are doing good work. All I'm saying is I want you to be aware and diligent and know that these type of properties do exist. And the last type of property that I would recommend avoiding is a home that has over-the-top, drastically built-out custom features. Think of like these ornate, lavish, custom built-ins all throughout the house, or something like a very fancy wet bar in the middle of the living room where in the 90s it was cool and currently it's no longer tasteful. So here's the reason why you want to avoid this type of home. Number one is you might not love those custom built-ins, and it could take a lot of money to have them removed. And more importantly, and this is often something people don't consider, although you're okay with the property now and the way it looks and the custom built-in bar, the average timeline people stay in their home is somewhere between 7 to 10 years. So if you keep all those custom finishes in place and it's time to sell your home in 7 to 10 years from now, those might be very off-putting and not in demand. So what that'll do is that'll reduce the amount of buyers that are interested in your home. Your home might sit on the market longer. It's going to cost you money. And it's just going to make it much more difficult to sell when you're ready to get out. Okay, so those are the 5 homes that I would recommend staying away from. And this is especially true if you're a first-time home buyer. The last tip I want to give you is this. You need to surround yourself with a great team, specifically a great realtor and a great lender that have experience, because they're going to help you avoid mistakes that they've seen other buyers make. You don't know what you don't know, and your team is going to avoid those blind spots and make the process less turbulent. So if you're actively looking to buy a home or thinking about getting started, my team and I can help you. We've helped 5,000 people over the last 18 years. We can help you get pre-approved, think through your budget, and get connected with a local realtor in your market that will help you make good decisions based off experience. Click the link below, let's book a call, and I'll see you soon.